And we are live. What is going on, everyone? Man, well, let me do the intro. So, what's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for hanging out here. I really appreciate it. Anybody that's watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Take time out of your day. Really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. This this is one of the worst officiated games I have ever seen in my life on both ends. There's just just no words for this game. Lakers fall short, of course. We lose in double overtime. LeBron, 24, 9 and 16 rebounds. You had Thomas Bryant. He only played 23 minutes. He gave you 11 and 9 in that time. Russ was great. Russ had a monster game, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, only 3 turnovers. No one else really stood out, in my opinion, other than Winion. Winion was fantastic. Had a bunch of solid and ones and rebounds and stuff. But Kendrick Nunn, man, they need to trade Kendrick Nunn immediately. I get he started knocking down shots and was feeling good for himself. But every time he knocks down a couple shots in a row, he just starts getting carried away. Literally, we're going on a run. Yeah, you hit 2 good shots. Let the game come. Instead, you're trying to just throw up heat checks and you're just jacking up shots and you're doing just foolishness, right? And then attacking the rim when you're waiting for your teammates to come down. Why are you rushing? I was going crazy watching it. That should have been a foul at the end on Troy Brown. Of course, we didn't get the call on that. There was countless fouls that the Lakers could have gotten. If we're gonna be fair, though, I mean, again, it didn't help that the Lakers were terrible from the free throw line today, and that they were in a 19-point hole to start the game. Usually when you give the other team a 19-point head start, that's usually not good, right? Not at all. But LeBron and Russell Westbrook were just atrocious from the free throw line. Russ did hit the clutch free throws at the end. That was good. I give him that. But, yeah, other than that, it was, not much to really highlight in this game. This was rough. Despite the L with a comeback, Westbrook must win 6th Man of the Year when the team is fully healthy. We're dangerous. I agree. I mean, look, this is a game that we should have won. This is another game that feels like it really slipped away from us, right? That's really how this feels. This feels like a game that we had in the bag and just did it and just didn't close out, But it's just, I mean, LeBron just jacking up threes, right? And you're 0-7. He tried to do Luka ties the game and he tries to come back, and it's dude, you're 0-7 from 3, man. Put your head down, get to the basket. But I don't know. I mean, it was still, there's always something to write about. Joe, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That uncalled foul on Troy Brown Jr. made me so mad. You can see the defender's forefingers hit his hand and hit his body. Worst refs ever. This was just inexcusable, right? I mean, not only did he hit his hand. Okay, I understand. They were trying to say, oh, but that's in the high five or whatever. Okay, hand is part of the ball, all that stuff. But what about him just running in? He didn't extend. He didn't stick his butt out to try to create the contact. He literally jumped right into him. It's just, even if you don't rule it a 3, then it still should have been a foul. I don't know. It's just it was a terrible shooting night. This from the start seemed like a game we shouldn't have won, and the fact that we were in it and we actually had a chance and then we should have won this game just makes it that much frustrating. I mean, if we would have made some free throws, I really think we would have won this game. We just missed so many free throws and key free throws. You know what I mean? Just really key free throws. But this was such a poor officiating game. The refs this entire season have been terrible for all teams. And the problem is they don't hold refs accountable. If refs are just terrible, nothing happens, right? So there's no accountability. But if a player complains about how poorly the refs were, or the coach complains how poorly the refs were, or whatever, it's just they get fined, they get in trouble. Until you start holding refs accountable, it makes no sense. They're just going to continue to be terrible. This season has just been atrocious with technicals and all kinds of stuff. I understand that they want to get the travel calls more. Okay, fine. Right. So they're focusing in on the travel calls. That's why you just see so many travel calls now. That'll get adjusted. But just the refs with technicals and just fouls in general and just things in general have just been terrible. They really have. They've been terrible. But Joe, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Our 3-point shooting is bad. We need to get some 3-point shooting on this roster ASAP. I agree. And it sucks, man, because if we would have won tonight, Portland lost, OKC won. But if we would have won, we would have been back into a 3-way tie for a playoff spot. Like, damn, man. I know y'all going to blame LeBron, but he can't play that many minutes. He doesn't have it. I don't fully blame LeBron. Like, LeBron had okay, but, like, he could have done more early on, made his free throws at least. You know what I mean? Like, he missed so many free throws in, like, important moments. That was my biggest thing. Just a lot of just missed free throws. But, in general, I don't really blame LeBron for this game. This was a lot of time. This was a lot of minutes. As soon as it went into double overtime, I was like, we're probably losing this game. It was rough. Russ was the player of the game, but LeBron is going to be better. But these role players didn't show up. No, look, it was the Russ and LeBron show tonight. Like, it was they were playing 2-on-5 out there. Russ was fantastic, especially guarding Luka. He was great guarding Luka. Great. Like, dude, he was denying the entry pass, everything. I mean, credit Russ. Russ had an amazing game today. Just being aggressive. I hope he stays aggressive. I really do. Like, this team opens up so much more when he's aggressive the way he has been. I like seeing this Russ and just maintaining assists. He's still. I mean, he had 28, 5, and 7. So he had a solid game, 2 steals, only 3 turnovers. So he took care of the ball. He did everything he could ask for, and he was really good defensively. Remember, y'all blamed Russ last game. Yeah. The refs tonight. One of the worst officiated games I've ever seen. It really was. This was hands down one of the worst games I've ever seen officiated. Like, it was like embarrassingly bad. Like, even the commentators were talking about how poorly this game was being ref. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's just you're fighting an uphill battle, and then it's just who's hitting the shots down the stretch. It's a rough game. It's a rough game. Why was Ham playing drop coverage versus the Mavs when they got all the shooters? That was dumb, because they're trying to. Luka's the engine. You shut down Luka, this team is terrible. Like as soon as they basically made Luka non-effective and took him out the game, like we got back into it. We took the lead. I didn't mind the coverage that they played. Personally, I think they did a solid job, but they went away from it at the end of the game. Like, when Luka hit the 2 threes to tie the game, which credit Luka, man, he is that guy. But you were running the same thing the entire time, and you just went away from it. I don't get it. But LeBron's whole plain and simple. If Russ ever had a game like LeBron had tonight, LA would riot. They would. Russ gets crucified over that stuff. They doubled Luka all game, but not when they need. Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. I don't understand it. They ran him off the ball the entire game, double teamed him the entire game, all of that stuff, and then just completely went away from it. It made no sense for me. And the 2 most important possessions of the game, right? It's just I don't get it. But May, thank you so much coming in hot with the $5 super chat. I really appreciate it. What's up, Tyler and Laker fans? Congrats on 7K. Thank you so much. One of the best Laker group family online. When you get to 10K live, chug a beer, smoke a bowl to celebrate. I wish I could. YouTube even just changed their policies or whatever, so they're super strict. I'd have to turn everything off if I did it. But no, when I get to 10K, we definitely gotta have fun. We definitely gotta have an awesome live stream and a lot of fun. Because I do. I love the just reaching these goals. And, I'm hoping the next milestone is 10K. But again, thank you so much. And seriously, I love these conversations. You guys are the ones that make me feel better, because it's hard, man. If I'm being honest, it is hard. Like, when you see a game like this, I'm all in my feelings. I'm screaming at the TV. I'm bright red. I'm my heart's pounding. I'm just furious right now. And I got to come on and hold my composure in front of the internet. It gets tough. But you guys make it worth it. You really do. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, May. I really do appreciate the super chat. You're awesome. Where were we? LeBron shooting 30-foot threes with 30 seconds left tie game. Yeah, I don't like that was As soon as that started happening, I was like, okay, we lost the game. Like as soon as we went into double overtime, I figured we were going to lose the game because I figured LeBron, he's going to be tired, he's going to be worn out, he's not going to be as aggressive as he was, so he's going to just start jacking up threes. He hasn't made a three all game. His legs are going to be tired. It's going to be rough, and yeah, what a game, what a game. But Luka did not cook Russ. Russ held him when they held him. Luka didn't score a single point for like a quarter and a half. Russ was keeping him away from the ball. Like Russ did an amazing job defensively. Defensively. Hitting clutch free throws, clutch threes, running the offense, scoring, driving for loose balls, calling the timeout because Ham wouldn't. This dude, he was fantastic tonight. He was fantastic. I like the defense after the first quarter. If we played like that, we win a lot of the rest of our games. Problem is we never play defense for 4 straight quarters. We don't, like ever. And that's a real problem. Like we need to start doing a better job of playing defense for a full 48 minutes. I don't like Troy Brown and way prefer JTA over Troy Brown is that one. Should have fouled into regulation. No reason to let Luka have that opportunity to make it. I thought about that too. Like, do you foul him and put him on the line, especially as poorly of a free throw shooter as he's been, Mike? But, I mean, there's a lot of things that they could have done. I don't mind Troy Brown there. I like JTA is a bigger body, so that would have helped. But Troy Brown's the better shooter. So the hope was that, like, he could shoot and keep you in the game, and it just didn't work out. Dude, I'm with you. I'm with you. It's tough. It is tough. Not a big fan of fouling for 2 when they're down by 3, but we should have fouled Luka at the last shot before OT. That way he would have had 2 points instead of 3. Yeah, I mean, again, I completely understand it. I mean, I don't really blame him for not doing that, especially because Luka hadn't scored in like a quarter and a half. So, but it is still Luka, so that's the problem. Y'all going to blame everything but LeBron. Yeah, LeBron did not have his best game tonight, that's for sure. This made me so mad too, believe me. Hey, as it stands, I really hate toxic sport fans sometimes. All I did was ask about where Paul Pierce ranks all time, and boom, I got attacked for being a LeBron James fan. Hey, I mean, unfortunately, that's the internet and that's the people. I mean, you have that with everything, though. It's not even just sports. Like anything you talk about, you're going to have people that are just negative. Don't let it get to you. Let people talk. Let them say what they're going to say. It's the internet. People like to hide behind their they like to hide behind the screen. There we go. I'm too frustrated to even think right now. Size, I'm with you, Victor. Yeah, I am. I'm with you. It's rough. Incoming toxic Laker fans and hater. I know the lazy. That's rest foul when LeBron took the layup in OT at the buzzer. Couldn't even make the call. And Troy Brown too. Even like you could have easily called that. Like that should have been a foul on Troy Brown. Like the guy he ran into him. Like okay, if you don't want to call the foul on the hand, what about the foul? What about the foul on the hip? Like that happened. We watched it. We were all there. And no, nothing. I understand you don't want to make the call. I understand you don't want the game to be decided on a foul call, but come on. That was as obvious as it gets. LeBron got fouled at the end of OT by Wood. I agree. First off, thank you so much, G-Man. I appreciate the super chat. And yeah, I mean, and same thing with Troy Brown. Troy Brown got fouled at the end, and it's just, it's rough. It is. It's rough. It is. It's, it should have been called. It should have been called the LeBron thing, the Troy Brown shot, all of those things. But unfortunately, that's that's the rest this year, right? It is. I'm with you. I'm frustrated. Again, thank you so much for the super chat. Should have fouled when we was up 3 at the end of regulation. Just play the free throw game. I mean, yeah, we could have. Like I said, I don't really blame him too much for it. But LeBron and his 3 sold. Seriously. It's frustrating. This is on LeBron. That last possession of LeBron before OT. He should have driven it, instead dribbled and waited for the double team and passed Troy Brown Jr. I agree. He should have put his head down and attacked the basket. There was a couple times that he should have done other things than what he did, which is frustrating. But It's just, it sucks, man. It sucks to lose this way, lose this game. We really needed this game. Find another way to lose. That's what it was. We really did. Found another way to lose. Damn, Wayne was dope. He really was. He was fantastic. Second overtime was Braun ball. If Westbrook took those funky threes, they would have asked for his head. Maybe LeBron should realize he can't shoot threes and let someone else do it. That's my point. Like, LeBron was just, as soon as we went a second overtime and he started resorting back to like early season LeBron, I was like, okay, this is not going to go well, right? Like, I understand he's tired, but if you're tired, that means you don't have your legs. Why are you just jacking up threes? Give it to Russ. Let Russ. He's the Energizer Bunny, right? He's the guy that doesn't stop, But no, it was LeBron James holding the ball. It was early season LeBron. That's what it was. What's going on, Butt Kicker? Appreciate you. How are you? Hey guys, it's about having fun. Absolutely, lazy. I'm all for everyone having fun, but you can't troll. You can't troll and expect people to like be happy about, like stuff like this. Like, you can't be like, oh, hey guys, it's all about having fun, and then you're sitting there trolling everybody. Like, if you want to have fun and join the conversation, have fun and join the conversation. But if you're just gonna say goofy stuff, then all you're doing is just wasting people's time. To be honest, these games come to a lack of 3-point shooting. Yeah, absolutely. We can't spread the floor for nothing. The front office is the reason for the loss. Hopefully they're doing something. Hopefully they're working something out. We are getting closer to the trade deadline, so maybe something gets done. I don't know. You don't foul up three when Luka ain't scored the whole quarter. That was my point that I mentioned earlier. He hasn't scored in a quarter and a half. And what did they say? The 5-minute mark or 5:19 or something like that of the third quarter. You take your chances. You live with it. LeBron needed to be better in that overtime. He was passed too much. Yeah, he needed a better shot selection too. That didn't help either. Credit Luka. He made the biggest shot when it mattered and with a lot of points. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. Dude, he's still that man. I was screaming at the TV, I fucking hate you. I was so mad. I love that guy, but in that moment, I hated him. Keep the same energy you gave Russ last game. Braun played terrible, plain simple facts. The Lakers need freaking shooters. I agree. I'm with you. Still blaming the best player. We need a couple of bigs. Well, they're working out 2 of them tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's good. Sorry you foul up 3. This is the NBA. Everyone can make 3 buzzer beater threes. Yeah, but how many teams actually do that? Very few, if at all. Rob Pelinka has to go. I don't think so. I think Rob Pelinka's fine. Plus, not him making the decisions. Who are you going to replace him with? What real GM is going to want to come to the Lakers and not be able to do their job? Name me a GM that's going to be like, oh, I want to go to the Lakers and have Kurt Rambis and Jeannie Buss tell me what I can and cannot do every time I do something, right? Every time Rob Pelinka has a deal lined up, Jeannie Buss stops it. First, DeMar DeRozan, they didn't want to give him a 3-year or 4-year deal or whatever, 3-year deal. So, boom, there goes that. Buddy Hield trade. They had that lined up. LeBron and AD want Russell Westbrook. They go and run to mommy Jeannie, and Jeannie says, trade for Russell Westbrook. And then Rob Pelinka has Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, which I'm not really big on that trade, but he has a deal lined up. He's ready to go. He's going to pull the trigger on it. And Jeannie Buss says, nah, nope, not going to happen. What GM is going to want to come to the Lakers? Listen, man, I know LeBron's old, but he is absolutely due for a bad game. Yeah, but it's just we can't afford it is the problem. I understand guys have bad games, players have bad moments, stuff like that. But you had so much rest, you didn't play the last game. So it's man, we really needed this. It sucks, man, because we had every chance, but somehow, some way to lose. Yeah, and that's my problem. It sucks because I hate to say it, but bad teams always find a way to lose. That's what it is, man. Russ' defense on Luka was some of the best I've seen anyone play on him. Seriously, he was fantastic defensively. He was an absolute menace defensively on Luka. You hold Luka scoreless for a quarter and a half? Why are the refs not allowed to change their stupid calls? And it's a blatant foul because rule changes. But like I said, when you don't hold refs accountable, why do they care? You know, LeBron needs to stop shooting threes. Like, damn, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I think if they fouled up three, the refs probably would have missed it, possibly, or they would have gave them 3 free throws. Can't believe we got this close and lost. Foul and let Lucas shoot free throws when there's 3 seconds left. I no, like I said, I get it. I don't really blame him for not doing it. You know, and the way that the refs were, that could have went terribly. Russ' defense on Luka is the reason the Lakers had a chance to agree. He was fantastic. Hand check after the shot is no longer a foul, to be honest. But it wasn't a hand check. If you're talking about Troy Brown at the end of the game, it wasn't a hand check. He literally ran into him. He didn't stick his butt out to do anything. He just went up straight down and he came across. Yes, he hit the hands and then came into the body. That was a foul. Braun failed challenge and regulation, ruined it. Could have saved the challenge for the final shot. Yeah, but I mean, you never know how those things are going to play out. You know, and then if that didn't happen and say we lost or something on like a play or whatever, you know, people would have been like, oh, you should have challenged that. Like, you know, that's the problem with only one challenge. You know, if they're gonna let you challenge it, if you win, you should get another challenge. Like, you know, because I mean, they technically won the challenge, so they should be able to keep the challenge, like the NFL. LeBron thinks he's Curry. Seriously, I want to slap LeBron in the head, bro. I'm with you. Yeah, that was rough. Oh, LeBron was 0-7. Crazy how 6'3" Russ wants to guard Luka while LeBron won't even look Luka's way. Free Russ. Dude, Russ was fantastic defensively. He deserves all the credit in the world for the way he defended him. And then to continue playing offense and putting up 28, fantastic. That offensive foul they called on Brown was terrible. Agreed. It was rough. Just trade Russ so y'all can suffer in peace. Somebody gave Troy Brown a high five and didn't get called. Yeah, seriously. It wasn't even that. Like, he ran into his body. He literally ran into his body. Like, even if you don't want to call the hand, I know, yeah, it sucks because we would be tied in a 3-way tie right now. It would have been so nice. Now we got to play catch up again. Beat the Sixers. I know we got to beat the Sixers. Absolutely. I thought Russ should have got that last shot. I think so too. Russ was great. Should have given him the ball and let him put his head down. Terrible last shot, LeBron. We had so much time for a better shot. Agreed. 0-7 from 3. It was terrible. It's going to feel like forever until Sunday now. So sad. It really is. It really is, man. Thunder are playing pretty well for a bunch of youngsters and no vets. They really are. I mean, they have a very promising future. And they don't even have Chet. LeBron set out last game to play like he did tonight. Russ deserves $60 million instead of 47 at this point. Seriously, he was fantastic tonight. You got to really credit him. He did everything you could ask and then some. I liked how aggressive he was. I liked how well he played. He was. It was just a very solid game from Russell Westbrook from all fronts. And the way he guarded Luka, man, seriously, fantastic. Ozzy, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate you. Thank you. It's clear many of you do not watch the games. Braun can't drive in crunch time because no spacing. Got in post top key many times and had Mad clogging the paint. They do, but he was getting into the paint pretty much the whole game, right? Like, and put it on the refs to draw a foul. Better than just jacket or run a play and, try to create something. Don't just stand there and just jack up threes, or give it to Russ. Like, Russ was having a field day. He was able to get into the paint, stuff like that. It's just, I can't. LeBron's got to take the L on this one. He really does. He didn't have a good game in general. He was holding the ball. He was, like I said, he was early season LeBron. LeBron completely changed after the first 20 games or whatever, 15 games or whatever. But this game, he really resorted back to that, and it's just, I didn't really get it. Of course, teams are packing the paint because we can't shoot, but come on, LeBron's so big and was just bully balling the entire game. Like, he could have gotten at least a better shot or even just drive, pull up on the mid range or something. Like, do that little fadeaway that he loves, that he's money on, like something like that. I would have preferred, rather than just him holding the ball. It's just, I mean, it was just a rough game. But again, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. His free throws were the only problem. Dude, Russ's free throws were rough. And so was LeBron. Like, you make those free throws, you win the game. These refs were terrible today. I wish a ref can get a wake-up call. That's I keep reiterating it. Like, the problem is that refs don't get held accountable. And when you don't hold refs accountable, there's nothing. Literally nothing. And so that's a real problem. He could have played some of the other guys. He could have, but I mean, those were the guys that got you the lead back, keeping in the game. I mean, it probably would have been nice to have some fresh legs. This is at least the 5th game this season that LeBron went 0 for whatever from 3. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It might be more than that. LeBron's had a lot of games. He's shooting like 29%, 28%. LeBron is trying to sabotage Lakers to compel the front office to make a trade. I hope that's not what has happened. Yeah, he's just not good at shooting threes all year. LeBron is an awful three-point shooter this year, but who else is going to take those shots right now on this team? Team doesn't have a knockdown three-point shooter. Rob needs to get one. No, I agree that they need to get shooting, but like, it's just, you're shooting yourself out of the game. Like, give it to Russ. Let Russ work it out. I mean, he's made threes. It's just like when you're shooting 0-7, at least Russ was 50% for three. You have right now, you're shooting 0%. Like, I'd rather take the shot on the 50% guy than the guy that's shooting 0. Like, that's my problem. Should have played Christie instead of Schroeder for the close game, and we would have won. I don't know. I disagree about that. Like, I love Christie. I think Christie might be our best on-ball defender, but that dude like, he was getting killed. Like, they were singling him out, and that would have happened the entire rest of the game. To be honest, I'm not going to blame Bron or Russ. Credit Luka for making those huge shots. Hey, he did. You got to give Luka credit, no doubt. I mean, he made some very big shots, some very important shots. LeBron just, you gotta add some scrutiny on LeBron. He's got to be held accountable, just like anybody. No, I'm hating on LeBron because I'm playing ass. Ref screwed the Lakers, period. Oh, it was a terribly, terribly officiated. Seriously, I even left a community post where I was like, this is the worst officiated game I've ever seen. There was one play Russ locked Luka so hard. Luka threw his hands in the air and walked away on offensive set out of the drive. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that was late in the game. Yeah. How is Troy Brown not going to line? I agree. He should have gotten 3 free throws. Agreed. We need a sender. Well, they're working out 2 of them tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. Russ thought he was back in the 80s. Seriously. Dude, they were playing it like it was. At least be consistent. Like, man, game is rigged. It's kind of seemed like it. It's better to me why LeBron won't guard the top player if he's so great. He just doesn't have it anymore. He can do it in spots, but you just have to rotate to the shooters. Yeah. Bron like Max Christie guard Luka instead. Yeah, I mean, you don't want him guarding the entire time. Dude, Luka Magic facts. Dude, he was incredible. Yeah, Christian Wood was killing it. He was great. Huge blocks. Huge blocks. The Mavs are top 5 in hitting open shots, but if you could test, they drop big time. Yeah. LeBron should have really dominated the fourth quarter of the game. Was on him, and AD should have played this game. Sorry, team. Yeah. Well, I mean, AD still recouping, but LeBron should have put his head down more. I think Darvin Ham's fine. Lakers make Dinwiddie look like prime weight. Dude, seriously. I was like, stop letting that guy dunk all over your team. Like, man, stop letting that guy go and just walk into the lane and dunk on everybody. All that freaking rest in the Nuggets game, so LeBron can come eat clock and shoot. That's my point exactly. Like, you sat there, you got extra time off, you did all that, and then just laid a total dud. The key was Lakers kept playing half-court basketball. They had plenty of chances to run and push pace and kept slowing it down. Yeah, they're not very good in the half court because we don't have shooting. Yes, thank you so much, SM. Yes, don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. We had 7K subs today, or earlier this morning, which I really appreciate. Thank you all so very much. And now we're at 70-22. Can I get to like 70-30? That would be awesome. So I'll plug that a couple times before we get on out of here. But yeah, please take a second, subscribe to the channel. On the road to 10K. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Seriously, I really do appreciate it. Yeah, it's amazing. It is. It really is amazing. What a great way to start the new year. I'd love to hit 8K before this month is over. That'd be fantastic. I want to hit 20K before the year's over. So if I at the pace that I'm going subscriber wise, I would hit like 18 to 19K, somewhere in that ballpark. So I gotta like get an extra like, whatever, extra 1,000 or 2 subs, which I'm hoping that if the Lakers actually do something like a trade or something, that might actually happen. But if I can get to 8K by the end of this month, or 10K by like the end of March, I would be on track to hit 20K. So I got to get to like 10K by like late March, and I'll be on pace to 20K. So again, subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. But thank you all so very much, seriously, for all just your support and everything like that. Having these live streams with me, hanging out with me, all that stuff. I hate the non-calls by the refs. And by the way, why did Darvin Ham not make any subs in overtime? Because, I mean, those were the guys that were handing around. I mean, you could have made an argument like to sub somebody, but like who? Kendrick Nunn thought he was Michael Jordan out there after he hit 2 good shots, which were good. I mean, he hit 2 back-to-back threes. That was great. And then he just got completely carried away and thought he was, Steph. That was infuriating. JTA can't really shoot much. Like you could have put maybe Thomas Bryant, but winning Gabriel was really like he was killing it. I don't know. I don't really blame him for not switching it up. Do you think LeBron should have instead played against Denver and sitting this one? Hope we win against Sixers. We have to win against Sixers. We cannot go on another 3-game losing streak after we worked that hard to get back into the standings just to like drop again. It's just we have to beat the Sixers and we have to beat the Rockets. We just have to. We have to, because we beat those 2 games. Then now we're back to like within a game of 500, and we'll be good. We'll be good, right? Because 2 games of 500. So if we win those 2 games, we'd be in a good spot. And then hopefully 80 is right around the corner, or we make a trade or something by then. No, I mean, if he was really, if it really was his ankle and it wasn't just like, oh, hey, let's give LeBron extra rest, then I would rather him have played both games. Lesold, yeah, seriously. Lakers should have won by Troy Brown going to the line. Did you not see it? Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I am with you fully. That definitely should have happened, and it didn't, which is infuriating. There we go. Okay, there we go. LeBron was guarding air. Bron was calling Luka man to switch. We had 2 chances to win, and they didn't double Luka on any of them. I didn't get the Lakers, man. I don't know why they pulled away from that either. That made 0 sense to me. Like you've been running the same defensive set the entire game, and then the 2 times that you probably should have done it, you didn't. I don't know. I don't get it. Nunn played great, and Ham brought him down. If Ham didn't change Gabriel for Bryant in the fourth quarter, we could have won. If Ham hadn't changed Gabriel for Bryant in the fourth quarter, Nunn was started playing terrible. That's why he pulled him out. And Gabriel was fine. I didn't mind the Gabriel thing, but like Nunn hit 2 straight threes, and then all of a sudden went into like Steph Curry mode, jacking up another 3, like taking 3-on-1 plays. Like I would have pulled him out too. We do. Boyan would be nice. Boyan would be real nice. We do. Like the okay. So we know that the Lakers get Cam Reddish for 2 seconds. So there's Cam Reddish. If you could get Boyan for 1 first and like Lonnie Walker and Patrick Beverly, I think you do that. And then that would give you you know, you could either stack contracts or if you need to trade Russ or do whatever and go try to get another. If we could get like 2 or 3 deals done for like 2 or 3 quality guys, I think the Lakers are there. Um, Lakers with all these injuries simply don't have enough talent to overcome such a thin margin of error. Agreed. Agreed. There was no need to sit Braun against the Nuggets. I don't think so either. I mean, unless he really was having ankle issues, you know what I mean? Um, why didn't they put JTA on Luka at the end? JTA did better guarding him. I mean, he didn't do better than Russ was the best at guarding him this game. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, they didn't do anything. Like they just let it go 1-on-1. Let him switch Schroeder. It just I don't know. It was a mess. I didn't mind Braun sitting against the Nuggets. JTA was getting cooked. Y'all ain't gonna show winning no love tonight. I said winning. I brought up winning earlier. Or Max Christie. Max Christie is great. I love Max Christie. They better do everything they can to like keep him. Gabriel was huge. Yeah. LeBron shooting 29.5% from three this year. Yes, he's shooting atrocious. Yet he seems to love to keep shooting it. Gabriel was definitely making some clutch plays. He was facts. He was fantastic. This game shows we need Whiteside. I agree. I think Whiteside would be great. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. They're working out Myers Leonard and DeMarcus Cousins. So we'll see. Winning was hustling all night. TB disappeared. I don't think TB disappeared. I just think Winning was just the better matchup. Because none of like Dallas isn't like big. You know what I mean? Like they don't have really size. So, to be honest, I wouldn't mind Bev and Nunn for a win. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Not at all. What else? LeBron was deferring to winning Gabriel in overtime. Seriously. Remember, guys, Braun is aging player. There will be some natural decline. I don't mind them. I don't mind there being some natural decline, but I mean, still, you're still being paid like the best player in the world. You're still playing like no one's above criticism. It doesn't mean you can't criticize him. Like I understand he's 38, but he's still playing elite. So if he has a bad game, he needs to be held accountable. Just like Russ. If Russ has a bad game, he gets held accountable. If Davis has a bad game, he gets held accountable. I don't think there's anything wrong with holding people accountable. Lakers can't close. They cannot. That's been a big problem all year. 100% need DeRozan or Van Vliet. I mean, the price is right. Problem is Van Vliet wants like $30 million a year, and he's not worth that. If you watch the refs on the OT shot, he tripped over the camera guy before LeBron shot the layup and couldn't even see the play. Is that what happened? I just watched LeBron get fouled and nobody said anything. I mean, let them play. Don't like soft calls. I don't mind them playing, but there's playing and then there's just deliberate fouls that you're just not calling. You know what I mean? Like you still have to ref. You still have to do something. I don't mind, a little physicality. Braun did nothing but jack up threes both overtimes. Not defending him. LeBron blew the game 100%, and that's my favorite player on the Lakers. Yeah, he did. I mean, he didn't have a very good game. That 2-minute report better not come out talking about Troy Brown was fouled. Just keep it to yourself. Seriously, they probably won't. They probably won't throw the refs under the bus. They'll be like, "Oh no, it wasn't. He hit the hand." Blah 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 blah. Braun is 38, playing 48 minutes. This game is so stressful. It was. I was screaming at the TV. This was tough. This was really tough. At the first OT, I was complimenting LeBron for not hogging the ball. But the second OT, I was shaking my head. Here we go again. Glad I just got some good play. Dude, it was, man. It's just they just could not get the separation they needed. I'm not talking about the hand. Like I even said, like the hand is ball. I even mentioned it earlier. Hand is ball, but he literally ran into him. He came across and ran into his hip. That's where the foul was. If the Lakers are at full strength, we beat Dallas in the series. Oh no, I think we win more games than not. You can't hit the shooter after their arm is fully extended yet. Give me 2 flight dude comments. Man, so it wouldn't have happened if Rob just went out and just got shooters. LeBron, the gamer kicked it out to shooters. Oh, we definitely need shooters, hands down, without a doubt. Sorry, trying to find something to me. They should have played Max instead of Troy Brown. I don't know why he's the closing lineup, because I mean Max was getting exposed. He's young. He's a rookie. Luka kept isolating him, and they kept running that switch. I'm always here, but talking to somebody else. Would love the Bus family to sell the team. Dr. Bus was a great owner. His kids are just spoiled rich kids playing 2K at this point. Bus wasn't afraid to take chances. I just think Jeannie Buss is just so afraid to fail that she doesn't want to take the risks. Like Dr. Buss, he was willing, like, oh, we're the Lakers, we'll figure it out. Right? Like that's what he was. He was a risk taker. He loved to gamble, he loved the nightlife. It was just who he was. So he didn't mind gambling. Problem is that, I just feel like Jeannie is just so concerned with failing or being put in a position. I just don't think that she's willing to take the risks. Russ was clutch, agreed. Jeannie is fine as an owner. She is paying 3 guys $40 million plus. Nothing Dr. Buss could do if AD and Bron can't stay on the floor. I don't mind Jeannie as an owner. I said I do think that what I said is true. I do think that she's afraid to take risks. And yes, they do have 3 guys making $40+ million, but Jerry Buss would have gladly done. He would have traded the picks. He would have done whatever, and maybe they will. Maybe they'll work it out. But he would take the risks. I want to be fair until the end. Like I keep saying, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So we'll see. Like the Lakers could pull off some great trade, and then everybody's going to be like, Rob Pelinka is the greatest GM ever, right? So I don't know. I like to try to remain neutral until we reach the point of like, okay, this is the end result. If we sign Myers, tell him to unplug his mic when he's playing Call of Duty. And as far as saying bad stuff like that, has anyone ever played GTA? It's like going back in time into the 90s. They could have doubled off Dwight Powell on Luka's shot, and if they hit 2 free throw game, yeah, they should have. They should have went and done that. There's no reason to get Myers Leonard. We should have fouled up 3. Ham never does that. Oh, I mean, most coaches don't. He had those great threes, and then he ruined it. Like that's my only problem is that but he's done that like all season. He did that last game too. He had 2 straight shots, looking good, playing good basketball, and then just decided to just start jacking stuff up. Like it's just Dude, the refs have been atrocious. Atrocious. No way we beat the Sixers, but we need to hang around 500 for AD in 10 days. I hope so. I don't know. I wouldn't say there's no way we beat the Sixers, but I think we could beat the Sixers. But it's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. It would be more frustrating loss if in the NBA last 2-minute reports they'll say it's really a foul on JC. I hope that they don't. I hope they say that wasn't a foul. I really do. I like Nunn. He was aggressive. Sometimes shots just don't fall. I had more of an issue with Dennis not beating his man off the dribble, attacking the paint. My problem with Nunn is he just gets carried away. Like, he has a good stretch and then he just starts acting silly. MVP coming up off the bench, man. James Harden should have won it that year anyway. Let's see. If we had AD, we'd be easily. Oh, easily. This team does not need a major trade. It needs 80 Reeves Walker and only minor additions. I mean, to an extent, yeah. I just think it depends on the trade. And my problem is, like, if you can do a major trade that makes sense, I think you do it, because like the problem is next season we're not. It's not like we have, like, people think that we have that $30 million is going to get us a lot, and it's not. 30, like, we're going to sign one guy and that's it, and then it's just like vet minimum deals. Yeah, you have like taxpayer. Yeah, you have, but like if you could do a trade that gets you, several players for the next like few seasons, I think you do it. I do. May coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Think Brody is the one we should keep next year. Everyone blames him, but any Brody-led team has always went to the playoffs. This ain't his team. It's LeBron James' team. Look, I don't mind keeping Brody at all. Like, he's been great. He's been fantastic for us. Problem is, they're not going to choose Brody over LeBron, and that would mean that they'd have to trade LeBron, which I don't think they're going to do. So that's kind of why, like, that's the only reason why I wouldn't mind a Russ trade, because if you trade Russ, you could probably get 3 or 4 pieces that can come in, and then now you have a team for the next several seasons, and hopefully you can pull off a win between now, or a title between now and the time LeBron leaves, depending on what that trade is. But I love what Brody's been doing. I really do. Like, I do. I think this team would be absolutely solid. I really want, like, I would love to see a game, but the problem is Darvin Ham won't start him. Because I was going to say, I'd really love to see a game where, like, LeBron doesn't play and it's just AD and Russ. And, like now that, like, they've built that chemistry and, like, the team has this chemistry, I really think that they could go on a win streak. I really do. Yeah. Again, May, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Not mention Reeves Walker not playing. Not to mention, yeah. Let's all speak facts. Rob sucks at GM. Like, how are you not bringing in good players? LeBron and AD, they had so many chances, but they scared to bring in good players. I don't know if it's that, though. That's the problem. Like, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, which is the problem. And they can't come out and tell us, because then other teams know, right? Like, so maybe like right now the asking price for everything is just too high, right? Like, even the Spurs trade right now, the Spurs want a first for Doug McDermott and a first for Josh Richardson, and then 2 firsts for Jakob Poeltl. All 3 guys are expiring guys. Like, it makes no sense. You're not getting a first for any of them, let alone 4, right? So, like, that has to come down. Like the Hornets, what are they asking for right now? If the Lakers are still interested in that, right? Like, Boyan, they want an unprotected first, and they want either further draft compensation or a young, talented player, right? Like, that price has to come down. It's all like that's the issue. Package Lonnie Nunn in a first and find a good wing. I wouldn't mind getting Boyan or whoever. Problem is, there's not really many wings out there that are available for trade. If we can get Boyan and Cam Reddish and AD comes back, it's like the 6th, 7th seed right now. Yeah. Man, mostly older, great start to rely on jumpers instead of attacking the rim, no legs. Yeah, especially in that double overtime. Not being good from 3 is clearly not the reason we lost this game. We were up 3 at the end of regulation. You foul Luka and give him 2 free throws. Mr. Yogi says 1-2-1 problem. Yes, 5-1. Too much. Ask anyone. Yeah. I literally throw my remote when LeBron shot that last 3, bro. Like, what do you do? Yeah, dude. That's what I was saying. It's hard, man. It's hard sometimes. It really is. Like, I love having these conversations with you guys. I love, like, doing these live streams. But games like this, like, all I am is just, I'm, like, heated. I'm red. I'm frustrated. I'm just, like, holding on and, like, trying not to throw the DV. And then I got to come on here and, like, woosah. It's hard, man. It's hard sometimes. It really is. But LeBron is not a closer. Tired of hearing LeBron fans make excuses for him, even though he's 38. He can make smarter plays. That's my point exactly. All those useless threes he costs us big. He takes most of the blame. Agreed. Like, the problem is people think holding LeBron accountable means you're hating on LeBron. It's not the same thing. You can be critical of somebody and not hate him, right? Like, we do the same thing to Russ. We do it to everybody. Like, this was the game that was on LeBron. Um, LeBron needs to be held accountable for making stupid decisions like they did. Ham needs to man up and hold LeBron James accountable. Agreed. Agreed. You know what I really hated? LeBron getting Luca to switch and he shoots F3. Like, bro, drive. You got the horrible defender. Exactly. Exactly. I'm with you. Uh, do you think they have Do you think they should have benched Thomas? I missed the first half, so I don't know. I mean, I didn't mind it. Winning was just the better matchup in this. That's all it was. It wasn't that like Bryant was playing terrible. I mean, he like in limited time, he still had good stats, right? Like he played what 23 minutes, and he still had 11 and 9. He still was a rebound shy of a double double. So it wasn't like he was terrible. It's just winning Gabriel was just the better matchup. Like he was just exposing them more all game. So they just stuck with him. Um, Dinwiddie does that a lot, actually, at surprising times in the game. Very inconsistent player. He is very inconsistent. Dunked on Brook Lopez. Yeah, I remember that. This was a matchup for Gabriel, not Brian. Agreed. That's all it was. It was just a matchup thing. Yeah, no, it was just a better matchup. Like Bryant was fine. He didn't have a bad game. LeBron lost that game for us. Agreed. Would have gotten fried on this matchup. Yeah, at least Boogie can get a bucket. Yeah. Um, I don't like I said, I don't want them to trade for a center unless it's like an add-on. Like if you do the Spurs deal and you just get like Jakob Poeltl added to it. Although I'd kind of like the more sizable trade exception. But if they sign like Boogie or like Whiteside or whomever, I wouldn't be mad. This was a very tough L, very tough L. Would have won us this game. Yeah, we really need them. We need them badly. Those Dinwiddie dunks wouldn't be possible if AD was guarding the paint. Yeah. Rookie head coach, he's going to have frustrating moments. Of course, everyone does. They can't use Christy Lucas to switch on him and killing him yet. Exactly. Gabriel played fantastic. I mean, this game was awful. LeBron, especially playing like this, we stand absolutely no chance at making the playoffs. Yeah, if this is the team we got right now, then no. But I mean, look, it was one game. You know, we've definitely had an improvement and definitely had a turnaround. So can't be too mad. We've played much better since the terrible start. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. You've thrown his rhythm. Agree, not doubling on those shots. You've thrown off his rhythm. Uh, the Nets coach isn't having these frustrating moments, and he's been a coach for less time than him. He also has a better team, which helps. How many injuries are we willing to give AD before pulling the plug on him? I know people bring up Kawhi being injured, or close mojo either. Problem is you're just not going to get anything for AD. Like you're not going to get real value that makes sense. So I mean, unless AD is ready to like leave and demands a trade, you got to keep him. Like the problem is we just don't have a team good enough to compete night in and night out. Like we can have stretches, but night in and night out we can't without AD, and that's the problem. Um, let's see. Trying to find something to me. Give me 1 second. Lakers stole another late pick with Christie. Christie has been fantastic, and I agree with you. Dude, our scouting department is amazing. Says he wants to play the playoffs and went 6-10 for Victor. Seriously, can't do that. Hassan Whiteside. I want Hassan Whiteside. I saw the stat that said Lakers net rating is 7.2 points worse when Lonnie Walker's on the floor. Lonnie Walker isn't as impactful as people think. That's why I don't mind trading Lonnie Walker. I mean, he's good. He's solid. But I think we should trade him if it gets us a better deal. LeBron lost this game for us, no defense, and shooting all them threes. Agreed. He could be solid for the Lakers if he can get back to like being bred of like last year or the year prior. The problem is he just wants $30 million a year. He turned down a 4-year, $114 million contract, which is like what, $28 million a year. So he wants $30 million plus. Gary Trent Jr. would be a good player to go after. I would love Gary Trent Jr. Let's see. We need the Hornets deal, or are we going to keep losing games? I love the Hornets deal. The Hornets deal is my favorite trade. I said it in the very beginning. We have a chance to beat any team, but we don't have enough pieces to go deep because everything has to work on all cylinders in order for us to be a legit team. So yeah, that's exactly the problem. Like, we're there if we get a piece or two. Like, if we get a piece, we get a solid. That's why I keep saying starting level talent. If we get a legit starting level talent or two, then I think that just makes the Lakers that much better. That's the problem. We have a lot of guys playing roles that they shouldn't be playing. Nah, Lakers have no system coaching. Sucks. Quinn Snyder should be running the system. Quinn Snyder's rough. Just do the rush trade for Hield and Turner. Y'all will be fine. I do not want that personally. LeBron, shit, he's not above criticism. Agreed. The Troy Brown shot was not a foul. It was the exact same as Fox shot, no call. The difference is that they didn't run into him. Like, Troy Brown got ran into on the hip. Like, imagine Braun kicking to Seth Curry and Joe Harris instead of JT. Agreed. That would be amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Gary. Yes, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Just take a minute to hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yes. And thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. Genie and the Lakers ownership don't have the money of most owners. Those cap penalties start standing. Yeah, that's true too. The Lakers are the least richest owner in the NBA now. But they already feel like, look at the Lakers after the 2020 NBA championship. Everyone just left, and they should have re-signed everyone. They look at the Lakers the same still. I mean, a lot of that ended up leaving because of Russ. But, like, the following year, we upgraded. Like, Rob Pelinka was praised. We were looking good. Dennis Schroeder was great, and then he got COVID, and he just wasn't the same when he came back. We probably should have went to the finals anyway because – if AD doesn't go down, I'm pretty confident we beat the Suns. We were up 2-1. It looked like we were going up 3-1. LeBron James is making Jay Crowder look like his son. Like, it was just, I didn't really mind the moves. You went and got Dennis Schroeder and you got Montrezl Harrell, both 6 men. Like, most teams stand pat and then they never win again. Like, I can't be mad at Rob for doing something like that. Especially when, like, the players that they got. When we had a roster with shooters in the middle of the career and guys actually on the court, we had the 1 seed. Yeah. LeBron can't shoot. That's always been the biggest flaw in his game, relying on other guys to make shots for you. Seems kind of backwards for a guy who calls himself a GOAT. I mean, he has seasons. He has moments. Like, LeBron has always been just streaky, right? So, like, LeBron, except for this season, he hasn't done it this season. But, like, if you watch, like, LeBron season in and season out, like, he'll have, like, 10 straight games where he'll shoot like 20% from 3. And then he'll have like 11 straight games where he shoots like 45% from 3. And it just kind of continues to do that until you get to the end of the season. And then he's like 36% from 3 because it averages out that way. Problem is he hasn't really had those stretches of games where he's consistently making threes. He's had a couple games, but not consistently. Situational basketball has not been a strength. Yeah. I mean, how much of that is the roster, though? LeBron is 1 to 2 years away from retiring and will join Curry at Golden State. AD is 1 to 2 injuries away from being a bust. Russ is only Hall of Famer star we will have next year. Hey, like, if you could re-sign Russ and get like fair value for LeBron and AD, I wouldn't mind it. I just don't see that happening. You couldn't defend and run with them yet. Sorry, trying to find something to me. Thank you so much, Tyler. I appreciate it. Yes, again, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Love this channel. We'll be tuning in even after Russ leaves. Absolutely. I appreciate it. I really do. And yeah, whether Russ leaves, stays, whatever, we'll still be here. We'll still be here. That's the one thing you'll always get. I am the one consistent. Yo, Tyler, I know LeBron James is your GOAT, but how is his stat padding as still your number one? He can't close with Dick. Just saying. Look, it's more of like a basketball thing. I don't want to go into like a 20-minute rant about LeBron James being the GOAT. I just like one, he doesn't have the legs he used to. Like LeBron is still the clutchest player in NBA history. Like he is. He's the clutchest player in NBA history. He just is not what he once was. And he doesn't control games like he once did. That's the problem. He's still solid, he's just not the best guy on a championship contender anymore. Unless he just has like a really stacked deep team. And that's my biggest problem. Um, I think Russ would stay with the organization, approach him, and offers him 11 million mid-level exception. No, I think he'll want more than that, especially if he comes off the bench. Not just that, but I think there's teams that'll offer him that and give him a starting position, and he'll take it. Because I don't think he wants to come off the bench. He's just accepted it because he doesn't really have another choice. So I think that's the big difference here. But May coming in hot with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, May. Love KB, Gary, and Bucky. Y'all going hard. I know. Like every live stream we always got the back and forth, which hey, I don't mind it as long as it's friendly and it's just as long as everyone's being friendly and having a good time. I don't mind a little back and forth. That's what it's all about, right? We all fans, we all trash talk, and we all have our difference of opinions. We all have our different thoughts, and it's fun. It really is. It's fun. Like that's all I want. I just want people to have a good time, have back and forth. I don't mind it. But yeah, give some entertainment for sure. That one conversation a couple live streams ago was like it was so tough, so distracting. I was trying so hard not to read the stuff because I'm trying to get to like everybody, so I'm trying to like skip over the stuff that isn't to me. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bro, Russ ain't taking a mid-level exception. I don't think so either. I don't know why we still talking about AD. He's always hurt, and Lakers have to move on from this dude. I really wish Magic got players on the Lakers, but we wake up with AD on the Lakers. I was so upset. We won a championship though. Like it can't be that mad about that. Like he won a championship. The defense is horrible this season. We're terrible defensively. Russ is looking to have a CP3 OKC after they chase CP3 out of Houston. If he can stay, if he can have it with us, he would. But if LeBron stays, he's gone. Yeah, I think so too. Because I knew AD wasn't it for the Lakers. Now we stuck with this. Yeah, like I said, we still won a championship. You can't really be too mad about that. Who knows how long it would have been before we won a championship if we didn't do that trade. Nets have a way better team than us. They got real deep. Exactly. Thank you. AD been injury every year, no matter how efficient he is not available. He has to leave. Same with LeBron. I'm trying to make the experiment work. It obviously ain't working. Like I said, we won a championship. But the only reason you can't really trade AD is because you're just not going to get value for him, right? And the last thing you want to do is just sell him for pennies on the dollar, just to unload him. Like you're better off trying to build the team that you under the assumption that AD is going to miss like 30 games a season. Like if you operate under that assumption, then you're still good. Like look at the Clippers, right? The Clippers are so deep, so good that they're able to still remain a playoff team with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George missing like every other game. And the idea is like, okay, well, as long as they're healthy from the playoffs, we win the championship. Like that's what the Lakers need to build. They do run 4 lineups with Simmons at the 5. Yeah. It's because they don't really have size at all. At least we have like some centers. Trying to find something to me. Genie may not be as rich as the other owners, but her team makes way more money than the other franchises. Lakers are third most popular team in the world behind Man United and Yankees. She got the money yet. Why are we talking about the Nets anyways? All right, we debating semantics now. Harris big as Austin Reeves. AD on the bench complaining like you had a sore ankle, right? What's going on, Loki? Appreciate you being here. How are you? Oh Lord, we got people saying keep Russ, trade LeBron, and AD. It depends on what the return is, right? Like, what if you got like a really good deal? I wouldn't be completely against it. You know, the Nets have a better roster than they don't have to put out the same lineups as this year. Siakam, Van Vliet, Trent, Burke to the Lakers for 80, Russ, and a first round pick. I don't think I would do that. I really don't. I like that trade, but I don't think I'd do that. And I think they would want more than I just think that if they're going to trade Siakam, they're going to want like younger, rebuilding, healthier pieces. So that's like saying Toronto don't ever play 4-guard lineups. A lot of teams actually do. It's all good. No one tripping. I just don't get Coach Hand criticism. His best players are all guests, and are all. I'm assuming you mean Russ and LeBron. Yeah, I mean that's why I don't really get on him as much as like I probably should, just because it's kind of hard when you don't really have a talented roster. You don't have size. You have so many holes. You're trying to Mickey Mouse things together. I mean, it's hard. When you have a team full of like people that equally suck, you're trying to figure out which players don't suck as bad today. I wouldn't mind LeBron teaming up with Curry. We all know what will happen if that happens, and we'll be way better than KD over there. Yeah, I just don't see I don't see the Warriors want to do that. I don't see LeBron doing that. The Lakers are full strength. We win this by 10. I think so too. I think if we're fully healthy, we win this game. AD is the Porsche that keeps breaking down. LeBron is the Porsche that about to run out of gas. And those two are cars that's supposed to be in the promised land at this point. I'd rather have a Prius. Russ and Leaves can guard players bigger than Russ is a good contest rebounder. If I'm trying to speed up the game, then yeah. Dude, Russ is fantastic guarding bigger players. Like, he loves to show up against bigger players. So credit to Russ. The Lakers traded a lot for AD. They won't get that type of return back if they trade him. Yeah. I mean, even if they don't get the exact same return as they would as what they traded for AD, like that's fine. I just don't think you're gonna get much. I think you're like let's say the Lakers paid $200 for $100, right? Like I think the Lakers would end up having to pay would get like $50 for $100. Like at this point, where it's like you need to get at least like $80. Thank you so much, May. Yes, subscribe to the channel if you aren't subscribed. That's the only way this man can keep doing it. Yes, please. It only takes a second. It's free. It's really easy. Just hit that red button that says subscribe. Help me get that. I'd love to. If I could hit 8K by the end of the year, which is going to be tough. It's going to be tough to hit. But I got to essentially, like I said, I want to get to 20K by the end of the year. I'm going to tell you right now, if we had a big wing defender, Luka ain't hitting those shots over Dennis in the last. Yeah. Guard LeBron, guards and LeBron and now Bryant. If Schroeder wasn't in a shooting slump, we win this. If Reeves was in this, we win this. We are so close. I think we're close to. 80 is a Porsche like that, yeah. But no, I do. I think we are a close team. I do. I think we're right there. I just think we just gotta find a solid piece or two. Agreed. I think it would too. 81 won championship, and people think he's a better player on the Lakers. Prove it. He can't stay healthy, and he's 29 years old. Gets hurt. That than my 50-something-year-old dad. Then Schroeder had 2 bad games compared to 5 really good ones. Yeah, like I'm not like that mad at Schroeder. Yeah, Dennis had a great Heat game and has gone down the tailspin. He will bounce back, and at least the man shows up every game. Yeah, he definitely gives you 100% every game. We need to stop trying to get full return for AD. What's better, 50% of something or 100% of nothing? Yeah, but I mean, again, like at least AD when he is playing is just so good and dominant. Like you're one of the best teams. So again, like I would rather them figure out a way to build a more depth driven team and anticipate, okay, AD is going to miss 30 plus games. So we need to build a team that's competitive enough and good enough to weather that. And then if he's healthy come the playoffs, you're a contender. I mean, he's had multiple possessions. He was a primary ball handler, 9 shots and 6 threes. Yeah. Luka's that dude. He gonna get a couple rings. Oh, dude, he's amazing. I was literally screaming at the TV, screaming at him on the TV. I'm amazed Dallas needed 2 overtimes to beat the Lakers with the top 4 players out. Yeah, I mean that deserves some credit to Lakers, especially when the Lakers were down 19. But still, this is something you got to win. Dame with the 50 PCA. That was my issue with Dennis tonight. He had serious mismatch speed-wise. He had to be aggressive. We needed him to be aggressive, I agree. And he unfortunately wasn't, which is rough. But 80 contract should be revised to a number amount of games played in a yearly contract. That way he commits to play. Yeah, seriously. If only you could restructure contracts like the NFL. If y'all think Genie is trading AD, y'all tripping and then leave. Yeah, I don't see him leaving anytime soon. I really don't. Golden State could use Thomas Bryant. Golden State with Thomas Bryant would be nice, especially the way he's playing right now. We have to open the floor sometimes. Braun and winning. We're camped in the paint most of our possessions down the stretch. Clear it out for us, Dennis and LeBron, and Winning can shoot. Yeah. Winning doesn't take a lot of threes, but he hits them, man. He really does. Salute, though, y'all. We can beat Philly. I agree. I think we can. I really do think we can. Luka's not getting no rings no time soon. It's going to be some dirt stuff where he gets one generation basketball player. I don't see it happening. These type of rests. Dude, so like I said this in like the Lakers show channel. Like if you take Luka off of the Dallas Mavericks, they might be the worst team in the league. Like they need to get more talent around Luka Doncic. Like seriously, like he might like if you take Luka off that team is terrible. I hope that AD will finally healthy. Sounds like someone is a relationship. They always hop and they'll be better and never are. I think they're following the bad path of AD. That one corner 3 from Winning was so fire. Yeah, agreed. We can beat anyone if AD is healthy. I'm with you 100% Loki. 100%. Looney and TB would be annoying to play against. They would. Facts. Big facts. But anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. I got to the end of the chat. So I'm going to get on out of here. I appreciate y'all so very much for hanging out with me. Thank you all again so much for 7K. That was awesome. Road to 10K. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Help me out. I really appreciate it. Trying to get to 10K. My goal is to get to 10K by like end of March, early March. If I can do that, then I should be able to reach my goal of 20K, which is what I want. I want to hit 20K by the end of the year. So help me. I really appreciate it. If you have any friends that love Lakers, cousin, aunt, dog, whomever, have them subscribe to the channel and help me reach that goal. But other than that, you guys are awesome. I greatly appreciate it.